Hello, welcome. Let's get right to it. This is episode 10 of the PROi series, PVM Rush on Iron. We are in chapter 4. I've gotten some time to think about my chapter layout on the GitHub guide I'm writing. By the way, I'm writing a GitHub guide linked in the description. What we're going to do is we're going to do a final push to the kingdom, and this is just going to be Slayer. So I'm going to just power through Slayer, and there are some concerns that I have that I mentioned a little bit, alluded to in a little bit in my previous episode. The cache problem. While I do have a lot of GP, I am concerned at how much my kingdom will take, given I'm going to be AFK melee training for quite some time. That time interval may be long, that my cache stack might begin to get a little bit shaky. So in the back of my mind, I'm hatching a plan on dealing with upkeeping my cache stack. What that is, I'm not sure. Anyway, so Slayer training into Kingdom, and then Kingdom into more quests. I'm gonna have to unlock farming contracts too. So let's I don't think I'm gonna actually, you know what? Sure, why not? I'm just gonna show all my I'll just fast forward through like how I typically do, but really it's just gonna be Slayer training. So I am training Slayer, we're having a good time, everything is working phenomenally with the start. The wilderness start is just super strong, absolutely the best way to start an Iron. Yeah, so Slayer training, let's go. It would be great if I could, do this within 5 days. Royal Trouble within 5 days, that would be so big. I have to research an Anku safe spot, this is ridiculous. I remember when there was a massive graphical update that happened to Hill Giants, Ice Giants, like all sorts of giants, lesser demons, greater demons, they used to look a lot different. And it was phenomenal, like it blew my mind how good they began to look. And I loved that update. I believe it was the same time when maybe Varrock got updated. It used to be very actually even Falador was like all gray before. Falador and Varrock used to look the same. They were like super gray. But then Falador became white to reflect, I guess, the White Knights. And Varrock got more of like I don't know what's the word. It got a little bit more like of a matte kind of look. It was more bricky, that's the word. It was super bricky. Cockatrice, what's that? should be the last one. Second last one. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll go to Varlamore, Aldurin specifically, grab the thing, and then it'll be great. There we go. So what I'm gonna do is get the hell out of here. Buy, I think 5, no, I'll buy 10. Great. Okay, let me just do it. 40, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Okay, so we can actually get, so, freaking out. Okay, we can actually go and get, Throne of Miscellania then, and I am gonna try to be a little bit quiet because I would like, to rush it, so I apologize if I'm not talking so much. Let me look at the time again. So I have 3 hours. 3 hours should be able to be, I should be able to do both by then. Yeah. Oh my god, I could have used the fairy rings. I think it's too late now, but... Huh. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's not a big... I'm just so excited, man. I'm so excited to like do this quest. Actually, I'm gonna pray first and then come back in a bit. Alright, see you soon. Okay. There was this playthrough I was watching. Excellent playthrough by whatchamacallit. He's not well known. His name is Marstead. And he's a new RuneScaper. Started, well, not that new anymore, I guess. I think he started in 2019. And he has such great insight into the game as a new player, and in addition, he's just a very insightful player overall because he just plays all sorts of games, and he's able to make connections that that are kind of like that. Yeah, he's just able to make connections, and not that this particular connection that I'm about to say is all that impressive, but like the kingdom of Miscellania and etc. Like I never like that never connected to me as a kid. And then also, oh, yeah, 'tis not, and nay, 'tis so. He's the one who like, while he was playing, oh, like while he was playing the game, he he's like, oh, that totally means yeah, 'tis so, nay, 'tis not, or something like that. I'm like, wait, what? I never like, it never registered in my brain as a kid back then, or even like as an adult. I would just call Yatiso. But yeah, it was. There's all sorts of these little like things. Like there's the guy outside of in Falador Park is called Certification. I never like realized that's certification. But yeah, there's tons of little Easter eggs, I guess, like that. Oh my god, this is flax. I could have totally done this. Oh, well, yeah, I could have totally done that. We just needed one, boys. We just needed one. Let's go. Oh my god. Let's go, baby. This is a milestone, man. I haven't really had a chance to like freak out about this, but let's go. So first thing I want to do is I'm gonna quickly load up the coffers with some GP, so I will need to actually, I guess I'll need to alch some stuff. And I've been thinking about how to upkeep the kingdom. While I do have a decent amount of cash, it will still get whittled away by the kingdom. You know, it's 75k a day. That'll add up pretty quickly. And early game, it is very hard to make money. So what's the plan for that? The plan at a high level is Varrock medium and possibly even Varrock hard. It will kind of, it's not too difficult, but let's just say Varrock medium for now. Once we have Varrock medium, we can actually make like 60k a day through the whatchamacallit, battle staffs. It's not the, it's not the most fun thing to do because getting cosmics is just super annoying, but it is something we can do. Okay, so herbs, obviously want to max that, and teaks. Reason why we want teaks is because we want construction XP down the line. That's kind of the plan. Let's see. I wonder if I can collect anything. Oh, wait. I gotta actually shit. So I have to upkeep my kingdom. And then once they grow once, then they'll actually grow like all the way on the other world. So they just grew there. Now I'm just gonna hop. And they're all the way, so. But I believe you can't rake them all the way down. If you rake them all the way down and then you wait for them to grow, even the next world will have them grown at like 1 level. I'm fairly sure that's the case. Sweet. So we have 100 favor. Lovely. Okay. Now, actually, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna review how long this episode has gotten. Alright, I'm back. I just taken a break, and the kingdom has done its first production, so I'll go check that out. Hey, first haul. That's sick. So what we want to do now is we want to get farming up. So 45 farming, I want to push for 45 farming. That way I can get the contracts. And these are the farming quests that I've outlined. I'll have to fix these up and see if there's any more that I could do. In addition to farming, actually, now that I think about it a little bit more, I think it might be a better idea to do Fossil Island first, because Fossil Island will snowball the tree seeds, so it'll fuel this, right? So we should do Fossil Island first. Now, I don't really know how to do Fossil Island, so I'll have to research that a little bit. So what we're doing is we have done this, and then we're gonna do Fossil Island. Fossil Island before this stuff because Fossil Island will give us some seeds. Cool. Okay, so now we can do Bon Voyage. Okay, so we got set up for Bon Voyage. And we gotta grab some vodka, so I'm gonna check out Varlamore. I believe there's a place you can grab some vodka. Wait, why can't I choose where I want to go? Do you have to do a quest to get this teleport network? Oh, okay. So I have to do that. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this first. So somebody wants to kill the Tioken. Just kind of like the head of the province, I guess? At least the city. And it is somebody within, like, the province, within this, possibly the city, because he's a Varlamorian. Alright, and the biggest suspects for who is involved in the assassination plot is the escorts. So recently Servius was escorted to Varrock, and there were a couple knights of Varlamore that were his escorts. This one being one of them. There were 5 others. This guy's kind of fishy. He does not want to come in. Kind of have a love and hate relationship with this song, this music. Because I got like kicked, I would keep getting my ass kicked at the Coliseum. And this song would play right after you'd get your ass kicked, so it's like, oh. But it's a good song, it's a good like music track anyway. So the reason why I'm doing this quest, Twilight Princess, Twilight's Promise, great game by the way, is because I want access to the Quetzal transportation system, and particularly there is a Quetzal. Wait, no, I don't. I can just freaking teleport there with my Drummond staff. What the fuck am I doing? Okay, fuck this shit. Man, I wonder if it's worth getting a graceful piece. Actually, you know what? I might consider that. I might buy a graceful piece because I have just enough marks for one of them. Graceful gloves gives a 3% energy regen. I can't afford the legs, I can't afford the top. The cape I can afford, but I like having the arty cape, so I'm gonna get the gloves. I might regret this like way in the future where I'm like, oh shit, I need marks of grace for staminas. But that's a problem for future me. Yes, sir. I should have grabbed these gloves like way sooner. Actually, as I think about Bon Voyage some more, the value really comes in when you have a teleport there. And I certainly don't really have a teleport there. The dig site pennant is an option, but it's not a good option. I want to get a mounted one, but a mountain one needs at least... I would get like 79 construction for that. That requires 6,000 teaks. I almost think the play might be to get some teaks. Like, I think the play is to chop your own teaks at Fossil Island, and I also want to do lunars. Lunars gives you NPC contact, so you can do mahogany homes like a little bit easier. But then you also, like, when you're on lunars, that means you need to have, like, ways of teleporting to Varrock and stuff, which means you might need tele tabs. There's so much to think about. Even though I'm unlocking these dailies, it's in a very unoptimal form. Like, you can unlock something, but if it's totally inaccessible, it's like, I have so much to think about. So I've unlocked Fossil Island, and as I reflect on this, even though this is great, it's not viable. There is no easy way for me to access this island unless I have dig site pendants, and dig site pendants will be hard for me to get. You know what? We're gonna push for farming now. And while I'm pushing for farming, I guess it'll give me some time to think on this conundrum. So now let's take a look at farming. What do we need to do there? Okay. So we got these quests to do. Got that to do as well. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'll do this. Then I might just... This will give me some farming levels. Once I have some farming levels, I can plant teaks, and I think I might just push for teaks, even though my kingdom is also giving me teaks. I think I still want to get teaks early so that I can build my house. And once I build my house, I can work with... Yeah, I need to think some more. Sorry, I kind of sleepy, so we'll revisit this later. Yeah, I need to think some more. We'll revisit this later. Hello, welcome back. I have a plan for Fossil Island, but I'm gonna park that plan. Let's take a look at the time played. Okay, so we're just hit 5 days. Sweet. So I have a plan for Fossil Island. We're gonna park the plan though. I guess I could talk about it while I do this, but we're gonna do this now. So we're gonna push for farming, and yeah. So let me get set up, I guess. So we'll also push for a Varrock Medium at some point. And Varrock Medium is going to help with a lot of things. It's going to eventually help with battle staffs. Battle staffs are going to be needed for upkeeping the kingdom. So yeah, that's something on my mind. Now, as for the plan for Fossil Island, what we're going to do is we will do a little bit. We need rubies. So actually, I thought about it some more. Dig site pendants are actually not that bad. We can grab some rubies, and basically I'm just going to live on Fossil Island. I'm going to do birdhouse runs, seaweed runs, teaks, and then in between I will do a little bit of farm runs. I'm going to get like 6k teaks, and then we'll push for the construction, and then we'll build a mounted dig site. Oh my god, I fucking ate the... God damn it. I didn't think there was an option to eat them. That was like bound to happen in this playthrough. At some point, I was gonna eat an ingredient. And yeah, that's a thing that's... While you're playing RuneScape, it's gonna happen to you at least once. So it's like... I love the name for this, Slop of Compromise. Yeah, I gotta use that. This plugin is so good. Cool. So basically, there's this. I don't even know who this person's diary is mentioning of these old ones, and there's not a whole lot of information on these old ones. Just that these old ones are like originating from Varlamore, which is interesting because there's a reference to Varlamore before it even came out. And the lizardmen architecture in Corinth has similarities to the old ones. And the author of the diary is like, hey, how come the all-knowing people of Arceus don't really know about the old ones? It could be that he suspects it's like, are they like hiding something? I wonder if the shortest path plugin is able to tell my like teleport situation. Like, is it able to like understand it? Like, it won't recommend me things that I haven't unlocked? I wonder. Man, this plugin is crazy, dude. Like, how it can make the connections through like, okay, you go here and then you use that teleport. Yeah, like, it'd be amazing if I had that knowledge myself, but damn. Interesting. So there could, yeah. So basically this is, there's more to this quest. There's gonna be like another quest, I'm sure. Garden of Tranquility, I believe that requires 34 farming, right? 25 farming. Oh, Creature of Frankenstein strain. That's a shame. Okay, so we gotta do Creature of Frankenstein. Creature. So let's do that. I wonder why. There's like no relationship. I'm really confused as to how this quest is related to Garden of Tranquility. Oh, I guess the Ring of Charos or Caros is gonna come into play maybe? Okay, so Creature of Frankenstein done. Just have a couple quests to do, not too bad. Oh my god, I have to go to Lyra? Oh my god. My inventory is so shit. I think the Lumberage Diary would have value too with the restores, the energy restore, at least during the early game. I could look into that, especially because I'm not going to be having like a good ring anyway. Okay, this is kind of annoying. I have to wait for these, so in the meantime, I think what I'll do is I'll do another quest. So we'll do Forgettable Tale is not too bad, I don't think. So we'll do that. Let's take a look at the requirements, the item requirements. Barley malt, what is that? Okay. Oh nice, they're done, sweet. So my next phase in this will be to optimize the accessibility to the dailies. So one step is unlocking the dailies. The next step is to optimize how we reach and do our dailies. In order to do that, we have to do construction. And in order to do construction, we need lunar diplomacy. Why? Because we need to have the... What do I have to do? Okay, Lumbridge. Yeah, so we need to have NPC contact. In order to do lunar diplomacy, we also need crafting levels. So it's a whole thing. It's a web right now that I will slowly unravel, untangle. But I have some plans for that though. I do have some ideas on how to do that. But that also is a little bit of a distant problem, but I'm just thinking of it right now anyway. Right now the main thing is getting some farming levels and unlocking the guild. Okay, so we just have to wait. And yeah, so next up we'll do, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Alright, so I'm gonna get Forgettable Tale out of the way next. So we're going to farm some barley. And then what we'll do is in the meantime, I will do, I think Unlighted Journey is a little bit less annoying. But maybe I don't want to do, okay, I'll do the other one. This is really annoying. Okay, so I'll do this, I guess, which is, god damn it. Oh my god. You know what? Yeah, I'm I'm gonna have to build some fucking games necklaces and shit. So I'm gonna, yeah. Alright, we've built some games necklaces. That is huge. Oh, what the hell? thought I had enough. 65 XP short. I wonder if I go like harvest the rest of my cabbages and shit. Okay, I'll do that. Hey. Okay, let's take a look at the seeds. We got willow seeds. Awesome. But another issue is like I don't have any compost. Okay. For farming, there are a couple to-dos. Once we do those to-dos, we'll do tide farm. That'll clean, and then yeah, tide farm will help us with auto weed. I really hate like, raking. And then we will be completely okay for then we'll have unlocked farming. So the dailies will be completely unlocked. We're like pretty close. So let's just keep pushing, okay? So let's do forgettable tail. Oh, that's it? Wow, I should have done that before. So I'm gonna grab some bucket of apples, or basket of apples, and that'll be the payment for the willow tree. I know I said like I would make jewelry like way back when I was doing the teleportation network stuff, but yeah, I should have done that way sooner. So uncut, so that's one. Okay. So I think I'll get like 100 iron gold bars, like gold ores. Oh man, really? I think I'll do the Pirate Pete subquest because I need to. That's gonna give me the fishbowl. Yeah. So I need to like make that helmet anyway. So I'll do that. Looks like we need crafting, and we need to make a fishbowl helmet anyway. So in order to make a fishbowl helmet, we need crafting. There's a quest called Death on the Isle. We're gonna do that next. So let me do that. So let's kind of reorient ourselves. We are doing this quest in order to get crafting XP, and we are doing crafting in order to get a fishbowl. The reason why we need a fishbowl is to do the pirate subquest in RFD, and we're doing that quest because, well, a fishbowl is nice to have. We're going to need to go underwater for seaweed anyway, and in addition, it'll give us some smithing XP, and yeah, so the smithing XP is going to help us get the 40 smithing for jewelry, and then once we have the jewelry, we are going to do we're gonna make whatchamacallit, dig site pendants. So that's kind of the play right now. Hey, 77 agility. Let's go. 42. Okay. So I guess technically I should just plant my willow right now because so that is done in time. I guess given I'm here, I'll just buy some pineapples that will be used for the compost. I wonder with sailing if they're gonna explore the underwater aspect some more. The underwater aspect is really limited, and I don't really know how I feel about it all that much, but I mean, they could do something with it, I guess, if they wanted to. Alright, now we can go and make our jewelry. Oh man, teak seeds are really hard to get by. Yeah. I'm not about losing this one, so I'm gonna get some limpwort roots. I'll need to get 30. To be honest, I got pretty lucky with Wintertodt getting the teak seeds. If I didn't get teak seeds, oof, I may have to do more Wintertodt. There's like not good ways to getting them. Oh, nice. Can't believe it. Last one. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make Dixite pendants, which are through Ruby. Okay, sweet. So now we have that set up, and that's gonna be 85, right? 5 times 17. So, okay, forgettable tail. Let's do that. I think maybe I'll do Enlightened Journey a little bit in the meantime. Kind of sucks to have all these items out, but it's all good. We'll progress this quest as much as we can, and then we'll switch back to Forgettable Tale. And again, we are doing these quests because of farming XP, and particularly this quest we're doing because of Varrock Medium. We really need to unlock Varrock Medium because it's going to grab us the Grand Exchange teleport. That's going to come in handy for some tree runs. And yeah. Oh my god. This is also going to take some time. So let's just do Varrock Medium. So, don't know if I mentioned this, but we're doing Gertrude's Cat because we're doing Varrock Medium. And there's going to be another quest that I'll have to do, so I forget which one that one was, but that's what we're doing right now, Gertrude's Cat. And we're doing Varrock Medium because we can teleport to the Grand Exchange, then we can run over to the Spirit Tree. Spirit Tree is going to give us access to the two tree kind of patches in Gnome Village, Fruit Tree and Regular Tree patch. And I think down the line it'll also come in handy for crafting battle staffs. I'm going to teleport to Grand Exchange, then I'm going to go down to Edgeville and go to the wilderness and craft the battle staffs that way. So it's going to come in handy for that too, I believe. And of course it's going to come in handy for the like buying battle staffs, right? Because it's going to unlock 30 battle staffs. So I figured I'd do a couple Varrock Medium diary tasks while I'm waiting on the whatchamacallit, like Forgettable Tale quest, but I just got this pop-up, so after I do this one, I'm gonna go back. Maybe I should just do this right now, given I'm here. I'm just gonna do this. I remember when this like rift opened up. It didn't used to exist before. I was like, when it opens, no, when it opened up, I was like, what? What is that? Man, like these weapons are so old. Like they were designed such a long time ago, and they look freaking sick, man. What the hell? Yeah, this quest is just whew, super well designed, super unique. Really interesting. Such an interesting quest, except the rewards are so shit though. Holy cow. Okay, let's continue Forgettable Tale. Protagonist like completely forgets. Really unique. Also, the quest journal is kind of neat too. If you read it, pretty much goes crazy. Okay, so we wanted to just to recap. We are doing Varrock Medium because we wanted to down get the GE teleport. So I think I mentioned that, but anyway, this is actually, to be honest, this is actually another loose end. Um, the what you call it, Tolna, the character in that quest, is like I've uncovered this ancient civilization, and it actually was like it was a civilization. It wasn't like a cult, but there was this very powerful godlike being down there that this civilization worshipped. So that's actually what he mentions, except they never expanded on that. So like that, yeah, those all that torment kind of wacky stuff going on in that dungeon is due to some powerful deity that is not expanded on. So anyway, okay, so now at this point it's like a waiting game. One thing I can do is I can make the clockwork thingies for my house. So let me just look up how to do that. Cool. So now that's gonna be for our birdhouse. All right, so let's just do a quick review. We have our birdhouses, and we have so we have the dig site penance. I've also answered this question. So this is gonna be, and then we need some seaweed spores. We also have the gear for the seaweed and all that, so that's great. And then we are doing Enlightened Journey, except we're blocked given the willows. And then we also have Varrock Medium almost completed. We'll do Enlightened Journey and then we'll have that done. And then we'll be able to buy battle staffs, which will help with our upkeep the kingdom. Lovely. And I think I'm very close. And then, oh yeah, Tithe Farm. So I have to do Tithe Farm. And I think that's 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours of Tithe Farm that I'll have to do to unlock these benefits. I do want the herb sack. I find it like very useful. Auto weed, of course, need that. Um, I don't think there's any other rewards that are too interesting for me. The seed box, I don't really give a shit about. So yeah, all right, catch you later. Bye-bye. Alright, I'm back. So we'll do this, and then we'll do this. So Enlightened Journey into Varrock Medium. So let's do Enlightened Journey first. What are we going to do for 30 minutes? So there's a couple things I can do. Yeah, so let's go kill some goblins first. I tend to talk a lot while I'm, recording, but I can't have everything. So I will often fast forward through what I say. But I forget if I've mentioned this already. We need a limpwort roots for teaks, teak payment, when we grow them in Fossil Island. So that's why I'm killing hobgoblins pretty much. Alright, we got 9 limpwort roots. And now we can plant the teaks. Alright, I got the notes back. So now what we're gonna do is okay, let me just put all this shit in. And then we're gonna do teak. Grab these. Nice-oo. Then we're gonna get our limpwort roots out. And we're just gonna wait for them to grow, and then we're gonna plant them. I guess I'll get my dig site pendant out as well. I have to make a farm tab. Okay, that looks pretty good for now. So Enlightened Journey is almost done. And then what we'll do is we will do Varrock Medium. Awesome, man. Yeah, so we've unlocked the Kingdom, we've unlocked Seaweed, we've unlocked TOG, and then we're very close to unlocking farming contracts. So I'm not going to spend too much time here. Let's just keep going, pushing for farming contracts, and then we will be like in a very stable, grindy kind of state. At that point, all we will need to do is just pretty much chop teaks, do the birdhouses, periodically do the tree runs, do farming contracts. That's all that's going to be left to do. It's going to be a pretty chill experience. Depending on my seed situation, I actually can foresee a problem. I might have to thieve master farmers. So, what's that? Pickpocket master farmer. Okay. It's going to be a terrible experience, but we will pickpocket master farmers for seeds if we have to. Yeah, so let's just keep gunning for tithe farming. Okay, so but I'm gonna take a break and we'll catch you next time. Hello, welcome back. I just put on some gear and we're gonna go and do tithe farm now. So oh my god, I should have freaking used the fairy ring. I am so stupid. Okay, so it looks like there's a chill kind of method. And import, we'll start here. And then I actually got it. I need more watering cans though. That was not too bad, honestly. The first round really sucks, but after that, it's not too bad. So, yeah, I'm gonna do this till I get the herb sack and the auto weed. It's not gonna be all that interesting, so I'm gonna just fast forward. I'll catch you guys when I have that. Yeah, I'm just gonna camp here. I have nothing else to do. Alright, catch you later. Actually, as I look at these past tiles that I set up, it almost feels like what I used to do was I used to do these four, and then I would go down like this. So that would be like 6 of these rather than 5. So it seems like I would sweat a little bit more in the past. So maybe I'm gonna try that. I'll try like sweating it. Okay, that works, dude. That totally works. So I'm gonna take a break from tithe farming, and I'm gonna go and grab some ultra compost. I think I'm gonna go for like 90, and then I'm just gonna call it. Guess I'll just mine these as I make my way across. I can't wait till I get watermelons, and then I can just like plant watermelons and then put them here. So that'll be great. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So I'll be doing watermelons as well, and jengerberries. So hopefully I don't need to rely on pineapples, and specifically like what I really hate is having to do these 2 trips. If I'm able to just like grab the pineapples and put them in there, or grab the watermelons and just put them in there, that will be fantastic. Alright, so for barbarian farming, not a whole lot required actually to get things going. So I'm just gonna grab like some seeds. Guess I'll do rosemary. And actually while I'm here, I'll also grab some seeds from this guy. Great, okay, so we're done. I don't know if I needed to come back to him, but whatever. We'll go back to the bank, and then what we'll do is do some tithe farming. From my first iron, I actually set up these tiles from before. So I'm like, what are these tiles? And then like it began to come back to me. So then I began to like, oh wow, I can do this. And then yeah, we can do 28 plants. Pretty sick. Now I don't know how many like points I'm getting per hour, but this has been really like fast, to be honest. So yeah, that's how you do 28. 7 patches. Easy clap. And that's what we're going to be doing till, I think I got to do 4 more. So actually 3 more now. After this one, I'll need to do 3 more, and then we'll have enough points. We just need 50 points, so technically I think I just need to do 2 more, but I want to get that bonus XP from the 100 drop. So yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna skip ahead, and we will do more tithe farming, and then we'll head into our core grind, which will be, like I've been mentioning, camping, Fossil Island, cutting teaks, chilling out, periodically doing some birdhouse runs, some seaweed runs, and also some farm runs here and there, and just pushing for high construction. And then eventually we'll want to actually, before we can push construction, we'll want to get 61 crafting, and I'm hoping I can grab 61 crafting from the seaweed runs I'm going to be doing in between my teak grinding. So we'll unlock lunar diplomacy, do mahogany homes, and yeah, it's going to be great. So I'll catch you guys soon. Alright, take care, bye-bye. Alright boys, this is the last harvest. After this, I should have enough points for the herb sack. So, feels good, man. Alright, so let's deposit this shit and be done with this forever, bro. I'm done forever. Let's go. Did I buy it? What's going on? Oh, what the hell? Well, actually, it's not a big deal. I mean, whatever. We'll get it later. Let's take a look at our farming level, 51. So, made quite a bit of XP, made quite a bit of XP, made quite a bit of levels from doing tithe farming. At this point, we are completely done. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Eventually we'll want farming, and farming is done. Farming rotation, I'll just say that. And then teaks will run. Okay, yeah, so that's good. Path to court dailies, so we're done with dailies. So we don't have to do path to dailies, we're like literally done with dailies. So we'll just call them dailies. There's no path to take now. Dailies are unlocked. And now I can safely say I'm gonna get rid of this. And actually, progression goals. I'm gonna call it progression goals rather than rushes now. And I'm gonna say construction. Then melee training will be second. The reason why construction is just 79, I guess I'll say. Crafting, 61. Or actually, I'll say crafting. Crafting to 61. And the reason why I'm saying crafting to 61 is it'll unlock lunars. Lunars will eventually feed into 85 construction. But prior to going for 65 construction, oh sweet, I will do that. Do herb lore. Where was I? So, yeah, so my next goal really is I want to push for construction or excuse me, I want to push for crafting. 61 crafting is going to unlock lunars. Lunars will unlock construction. Construction has so many benefits. I would love to have the pool for even like energy regen would be great. Even if I build a simple jewelry box like the ones for like teleporting to Castle Wars and Games Necklace, even that one would be great. Man, I seriously hate low-level farming. It's just a nightmare. Trying to figure out the... I don't have a rune pouch, so you gotta like take out all your runes. We're not gonna do like a full-on run. We'll just do these. Not because we don't really have a whole lot of like tree seeds anyway. Well, we probably will get more, but I want to keep my inventory a little bit simple, so I'm just gonna start with this. And I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I can take. I can probably take my birdhouses too. Alright, let's try it out. Let's see how it goes. So we'll go to Grand Exchange. Then we'll go to Spirit Tree. Stronghold. Prep this guy. Keep an eye on that run energy, see how it goes. That's going to be important to like evaluate whether we should do Lumbridge Medium or Lumbridge Diary. Do that. That. Why isn't this like crushing? I thought I could enable like... I thought it gets rid of the plant pots. The barbarian fishing. Do I have to enable that? And I think I'll go like this. Run down to Catherby. Do the Brimhaven patch. Then come back. And maybe on my way I'll buy some pineapples. Another advantage of doing a limited tree run is my run energy will be like a little bit in better shape, so that's good. Holy fuck me, my run energy, dude. It is so fucked, yeah. We'll have to do Lumbridge Diary. Definitely a running-ish, like a problem with run energy, but it was close. It wasn't too bad. Alrighty, so I think I'm gonna wrap up this episode. We've got a lot done. So this episode was all about unlocking dailies. We have Seaweed unlocked, Fossil Island, Tears of Guthix, Kingdom, farming contracts, and we did all that within 5 days and 12 hours. I'm gonna shuffle these around, so I'm gonna do this. And I don't think I'm gonna get 85 construction. Actually, 80, I don't think I'm gonna get 85. I'll get 83. Yeah. And then I can just use the boost. Once we have the house is gonna make things so much like even more chill. Like another theme with my, by the way, I'm writing a GitHub guide, and this corresponds to chapter 4. Another kind of theme that I am trying to have in this guide, in this playthrough, is a chill kind of experience. Like before I get to doing some serious RuneScaping, I want to set up all my shit so that it's comfy to do all of that. Like I do not want to fuck around and um, be miserable while I'm bossing. Like I want to have my house set up, even while doing Slayer training. Like I just want to have like things set up. That's why I'm gonna go do melee training. Really, like I'm gonna get like 92s and everything before I do any sort of questing. So any sort of serious questing. So anyway, a lot to talk about later. This chapter is done. Chapter 4 complete. We've unlocked the dailies. Next up is going to be a grind. Looking forward to it. Alright, catch you guys later.